Last year you said you were gonna do a lot of things. You said you were gonna get jacked, you're gonna get more money, you're gonna get more girls. And I know you've already started saying the exact same thing. Most likely you're also gonna say, oh, bro, this year is the year I actually lock in. Let's be honest, how many years have you actually said that? As someone who has actually gone from this to this, I'm confident and I can bet my balls that every single thing, if you implement the things in this video, you're actually gonna have a glow up. You're actually gonna be able to do the things you actually know and you believe you can do. Without no time wasted, let's run it. The first thing I'll tell you about dominating 2026 has to be plan the identity you want to have. You need to clearly know who the heck you want to be in 2026. Every single thing you want, you need to know that person. And for you to also reinvent yourself, I would also recommend you freaking cut your hair or you try something entirely different. Like, I believe that a lot of people do have a lot of emotional attachment to their hair. And that's actually a good thing, because when you actually want to change so much this year, what I would tell you is you need to cut your hair to really be on braids. And the moment really I let go of my hair, you already like subconsciously would start telling yourself that you actually really want to change. When you wake up in the morning and you see that you went from very high hair to like a low haircut change or hairstyle change, you're going to realize that you're going to remind yourself that you actually want to do something differently. And every time you wake up in the morning, you can actually wake up and you see consciously that your decision to try to improve your life, you're gonna see that in your hair. So now the second thing for you to actually dominate this year, make the year your B, I would tell you, is New Year's resolutions. Now personally, I am anti New Year's resolution for a very simple reason. The times where I actually look like this, I was doing so many New Year's resolutions. However, the moment that I actually just sat down with myself and genuinely just ask myself, what do I really want in life in general? You need to sit your ass down and ask yourself that question. What do I really want? Not just only in 2026 and beyond. Like, ask yourself, what do you really want? Then you start making like daily goals, monthly goals, yearly goals. However, if you're also someone who still is heavy on New Year's resolution, I'll tell you this. One of the reasons why you fall off on your New Year's resolution is simply because you go around telling a lot of people, oh, I'm gonna get a six-pack this year, or I'm gonna approach more girls this year. The moment you keep on doing that, you get validation from people. If you're someone who doesn't even have that internal validation, you already start like, it's gonna give you that dopamine trigger that you actually are accomplishing your goals. And so for this particular year, what I would tell you is do something different. When you write down your New Year's resolution, which I'm against in the first place, but if you're still on that P, cool. When you write your New Year's resolutions down, don't tell anyone. If you're gonna be telling anyone, tell those people who is gonna keep you accountable. Now, the third point with regards to you dominating 2026 has to be daily inputs. Now that you clearly know what you want, we're not doing no BS over here. You clearly know what you want. The next thing you then have to do is, how does your day need to reflect that person? The reason why I do not also believe in New Year's resolution is simply because a lot of people just like talking about their goals. They just like the way stuff sounds. They just like, hey, I'll make more money this year. I'm gonna start my business this year. I'm gonna approach more women this year. Rubbish. Your day needs to reflect the person who you need to be. Every single moment of the day, you should actively be running towards the person who you need to be, and you should be ditching the person who you know you don't want to be. The moment you start doing that whole thing, that's really where the life happens. That's really where the glow up happens. That's really where the confidence is built. And with that said, what you really want to do is every single thing you want to do. Let's say you want to read more this year. You need to decrease the friction. So the goal really with reducing the friction is you need to decrease the friction for the habit. And when you decrease the friction, you need to make it easier for you to show up. That's really the goal. You need to know how to like just show up with any energy, show up in any way you can every single day. So for instance, let's say, as I said, you want to start reading more books this year. If you want to read more books this year, you should know that every single day, regardless of how you feel, probably like reading 1 page a day is a mandatory. It's a must. However, on the days where you have way more energy, you can probably go to 5 pages a day. So the goal would be in every single thing you want to do in 2026, focusing on the daily inputs. When you focus on the daily inputs, decrease the friction. Decreasing the friction for you to always show up on a daily and consistent basis. Have these things as non-negotiables. That's really when you're going to make your life change. The next point in regards to you dominating 2026 is I want you to go into 2026 with the mindset of a champion, the mindset of a winner. Believe so deeply in yourself that you're going to accomplish every single thing, because I feel like the mindset of I might fail in these things is in some of you guys. Throw that away. It does not serve you. Believe so deeply that you deserve every single thing. And now the example that I always like to give, that always hits home with this is, imagine you walk into a cinema. They mistakenly showed you how the protagonist or the main actor actually beats the bad guy. When you actually watch that and they play the video from the start, I want you to vividly see yourself accomplishing every single thing you told yourself you're going to be able to do, regardless of whatever that comes your way, regardless of the obstacles, the odds. Just take it that this is something that's going to build you. This is something that's going to push you forward to your goals, because you can clearly remember that you are the protagonist of your own story, and regardless, you always win. That's the reason why go with the mindset that you are going to win this year. Regardless of the odds, you will win this year. And another reason why I also say have that mindset is simply because you believe that success is also your duty and your obligation. When you have that mindset coupled up with you writing it every single morning, those things together is going to make you unstoppable. And you're going to keep on keeping promises to yourself. The moment you start doing that, you're going to keep on reinforcing the belief. And the beautiful thing about belief is that we don't believe what we see. We see what we believe. So you need to believe strongly that you're going to win this year. You're then going to actually see that you're going to win this year. Now, the next point in regards to you actually improving in 2026 has to be getting jacked. Usually, when people actually have goals, they usually, as guys, it's going to fall within three realms. It's going to be you want more girls, you want to get a good physique, or you want more money. So obviously, I'm telling you that you can attack every single one of these things. And one of the reasons why I believe you can attack everything is because I personally believe that you don't need to be a one-trick pony. You don't need to have one thing and exclude the rest. However, with regards to getting jacked, I will tell you this one thing: decrease the friction, get yourself a gym partner, and if you also want to even maximize the other areas of your life, that is maybe getting more goals, maybe starting a business, maybe also making more money, get yourself a partner who has the exact same goals as you. So getting jacked, for instance, if he has the exact same goals as you, you should get a partner that you both can actually track your calories together. You both can actually hit the gym together. If it's in regards to starting a business, you should get yourself a partner that both of you can show up on a day-to-day basis with regards to building your business, spending time doing deep work, building your business. If it's in regards to even dating-wise, you should get yourself a guy as well. So you guys are going to be approaching more women. You guys are going to be putting yourself in a lot of dating platforms. The biggest thing would be creating an environment where you can do every single thing and you can stay motivated, because I believe personally that discipline and motivation is not enough. You need both of them. You need the discipline to show up on a day-to-day basis, and you need a lot of things to motivate you on those days, because the moment you can do both of them, guess what you create? You create something called momentum. That momentum is going to push you. By the time you're waking up and you're accomplishing things with discipline on a consistent basis, coupled up with motivation, you're going to realize that you actually would be executing very, very quickly. So create an environment this year in 2026 where it is impossible for you to fail. Impossible for you to win in 2026. You need to do this one thing. You need to invest into yourself. Don't buy rubbish. Don't buy stupid clothes. Don't just buy hype. Just make sure you invest and pour into yourself. Now remember, I told you, have the mindset of a champion, the mindset of a winner. The moment that I actually started improving in my life was when I met this friend, And the biggest thing he always would tell me is invest into yourself, invest into your dreams, invest. The biggest project you can ever work on is you. And if you're still of the opinion that you just want to splurge money on buying clothes, hype, and probably games, what you do when you do every single one of those things is you invest into another person's dreams. You invest into a billionaire and you're trying to make them even more richer. And in my opinion, that is quite pathetic, because why would you continue doing that? I'm not against you buying clothes and buying things to actually upgrade yourself. But however, buying things mindlessly is what you should not do. One of the biggest things I would say that I would never ever regret was investing into mentorship. I've spent money on investing into myself, improving my own self. In 2025, I remember like there was this period where every single thing was pulling me away from the things I genuinely really wanted, which was building a YouTube brand. And at the time, I took a leap and I invested into a lot of things. It is a decision I look back right now, and I won't lie and say that I regret. I would never ever regret that. If you're a guy who is ready to invest into himself, you're ready to show up for yourself regardless, you can book a call with the link in the description, and I personally would work with you to accomplish every single thing you set out for yourself this particular year, especially knowing that you don't trust yourself, that this year is actually going to be your year, because you most likely are going to slip into the exact same habits that you had in 2025. So if you're ready to show up for yourself, you can definitely book a call with the link in the description. That's the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you actually implement every single thing in this video to actually change your life. And most importantly, remember that you need to believe in yourself like you are a champion, even if that's the only thing you took from this video. And go smash your goals and stay locked in for 2026. Let's go! Peace.